Okay, so for today's assignment, we're going to kind of work on wrapping up double replacement reactions. So you're going to find a Google Doc that has this example. So go ahead and open that up and you can have this video playing simultaneously, do whatever you need to do. There are 3 ways that you can turn in this assignment. The first option is you can print this out, work it out, take a picture of it, attach it to Classroom. The other option, if you can't print it, is you can work it through electronically. When I get done working this example out, I'll show you how I typed up these problems to get them set up the way that they are. And then the last option is, if you don't want to do it electronically, is you can just write them out by hand onto your own paper, take a picture and upload them. So like I said, you have 3 different ways to turn this in. So I'm just going to work through an example, make sure we're good on double replacement, and then your homework is to do these 3 problems. So for this first one, we have sodium carbonate, the Na2CO3, reacting with calcium nitrate, the CaNO3 And the one thing I'm noticing right away is we are missing the aqueous right here. But I'll fix that for you guys by the time I get it posted. So the first thing we did when we worked through how to come up with our products in a double replacement reaction is we have to separate our materials into their ions. So using your periodic table and polyatomic list, you'll figure out that sodium is a +1, carbonate is a -2. In our other compound, we have calcium +2, nitrate -1. So your first step is to figure out what's going to exchange. If you recall, like charges like to swap with each other. So positive and positive are going to switch. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and swap over then, actually I can't, so we're going to just keep going through this and then I'll type at the end because it will get rid of my writing, so I can't type and write simultaneously with Docere. So to come up with my products, I've figured out what's going to swap. So my sodium is going to then combine with my nitrate, so we have Na +1 with NO3 -1 to give me NaNO3. My other product is going to be my calcium +2, carbonate -2. It will give me CaCO3. Okay? The next step with double replacement is I can go ahead and fill these in. I'm going to put a blank spot here to put a coefficient. I'm going to go ahead and write in my NaNO3. And I can go ahead and figure out what state of matter that's going to be. Again, we're going to utilize this part over here, our solubility table on the left-hand side. So you go ahead and find your cation, which is going to be the sodium, and your anion, which is the nitrate. Where those 2 intersect, we find an S for soluble. Soluble means it can dissolve, so its state of matter is aqueous. Our other compound was the calcium carbonate. Same thing, find my calcium, find my carbonate. There's an X where those 2 intersect. That means that it formed a precipitate, and a precipitate is solid. So we put an S for solid. So the last step then would be to balance. I can notice right away that my nitrates are not balanced, sodiums are not balanced. It's a pretty simple equation, balance with a 2 here. You can go ahead and put 1s in these blank spots or leave them blank. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with those remaining 3 problems. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my writing now, and I'm going to swap over to how to type this up. So I'm going to go ahead and type in this aqueous part now so I don't forget to do that for you guys. So the first thing that you can do to type this up is our first product we had was the sodium nitrate. So you can go ahead and type in your 2 there from balancing it, and we have NaNO. Now, if you want to do this electronically and get a subscript, what I'm going to do is go up here to Format, Text, and I'm going to go to Subscript. And I can go ahead and put my 3 in. While it's in subscript form, I'm going to go ahead and put parentheses AQ. Now, everything at this point is now subscript, so I need to change it out. So I'm going to go back to Format Text, and click Subscript to take it out of that form. I'm going to type in my plus sign. I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 in here, and I can start typing in my formula for my other compounds. So Ca, CO. I'm going to do Format, Text, Subscript. That's a 3. It is solid, and I have that all said and done. I can go ahead and go back and delete these out, and I can change these over to a 1. So if you want to type up the remaining problems electronically and submit it that way, that is perfectly okay. Your other options: print this out, write it up, take a picture, attach it to the assignment. Some of you are trying to send it to me as an email. In Classroom, when you go to the assignment, you click on the instructions and expand it out. There's an option for you to attach it and to turn it in. The other option, if you don't want to do this electronically, you don't have access to a printer, just copy this example and the 3 problems down onto a piece of paper. Make sure you take a picture that's clear enough for me to read and with enough lighting for me to read, and post that onto Classroom. Reach out to me if you have any questions.